Dargu woke up early. She stepped out on the balcony to get some fresh air. Below her she watched a stranger loading his belongings on his horse. With a strange feeling, she looked up at the sunrise for a moment. This decision would change her life. She shook her head as if she could get rid of the thoughts and stepped back into the warm hotel room where she quickly freshened up. That was when the respectable man came to her room to pick her up. So they went to the store to buy clothes for Dargu. The clothes had to be dark to be able to hide, wide and weatherproof, and of course scary to, let's say, it had to look like a badass.
I'm sure you need a good meal after all the traveling you do. Why don't you grab some meat and cheese on my counter here?
Of course Dargo had problems deciding, but then she simply thought about which people looked scary to her, and so she decided on a black hat, a dark poncho with metal studded trim, a leather vest, dirty repellent robust riding trousers, and high boots so that she could also be used in the field. When it came to riding and working outside of roads, she had experience from hunts.
Maybe someday I'm gonna quit Valentine. Probably move out west.
The stranger seemed satisfied with the choice of clothes and pushed on to work.
Stop by if your needs change.
Dargo followed because she finally wanted to get some money. Hey, that's the same breed as Tima, thought Dargo. With this saddle, the animal looks a little bit more brutal, but the golden elements don't match the new clothes. Hmm. Besides, she would had not enough money anyway to buy a saddle now. She invested all her savings for this badass outfit. And by the way, it all looks really good now, doesn't it? Dargo still didn't know the name of the stranger. Since they will go to the first shop now, she asked him, "Hey, how I should call you?" After a short silence, she received a pretty dry answer. Bryce. Okay, Bryce, I am Dargu. Let's do that.
Good morning.
Dargo noticed how people look at her. It made her uncomfortable because she wanted to be seen as a friendly person.
Hey, are you
Not
blind?
helpful, she reminded herself and continued stomping through the dirt of Valentine.
Today is an opportunity to help others such as ourselves. Downtrodden souls to whom the world has not been kind. These particular fellows are taking a caravan from Valentine to Carmody Dell, and somewhere along that route they will almost assuredly be held up. For a generous fee, you will be their protection. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. Let's get you over there before they go.
Escort a caravan? Okay, that doesn't sound too bad to start with, Dargu thought as she sat on the wagon. Nevertheless, she was visibly nervous. She had never shot a person before. At least not on purpose.
I got bad memories of this place.
You know, human nature never changes from place to place.
I keep moving. I don't notice the bad stuff.
Dargu was shocked that they had already problems near Valentine. The wagons must have been carrying something special. Her reaction was slowly and she hardly dared to fire. After all, a human life could be lost here. The driver noticed her delay and said to her, "Who knows what the bandits would do to you if they could reach you? Next time, don't think and shoot, otherwise I will not pay you, woman." Dargu was ashamed how incompetent she was. The silence made the driver speak up again. "I guess you haven't done this much. Look, it's a tough business. You have to grow into it first. But don't lose your life in the process. Wouldn't it be better if you found a man and left the whole thing to him? I know a few fellows who could offer you a good house." Dargu's expression reflected disappointment and she looked down at her dirt-covered boots. Fuck again, she thought demotivated. At least this time she tried to shoot the people, more badly than well. When the wagon got stuck, the driver couldn't get the frightened animals to move backwards. Dargo had experience with horses and took over the bridle, while the man continued to deal with the attackers. Calming the animals, she was able to get them moving backwards a few steps and free the wagon from the barricade. As soon as the situation was under control again, she handed the bridle back to the driver. However, Dargo hoped the stranger, Bryce, didn't recognize too much from her embarrassing performance.
Go! Obliged.
When they received the payment, Dargu was amazed. It was far more than she had expected. Perhaps she could improve herself? Before she could think more about it, Bryce showed her that she has to take care about her pistols. It seemed lucrative, so she pulled herself together and left the farm with Bryce. If you want to know where their journey will go, check out the next video.